it's Summer. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to click on today's video. My name is Summer and I'm currently on a financial journey and I'm working towards paying off my debt and saving money. I do budget using a zero-based budget, the cash envelope system, and I am paying off my debt using the Avalanche method. In today's video, we are going to be doing a weekly budget check-in. We are going to be doing my weekly budget check-in for the weeks of February 25th through March 6th. I did start my week a little bit early. I ended up starting my week on the 25th of February, so this is a little bit more than a week's worth of tracking. However, all of the spending did come out of my March budget. So let's go ahead and get started. But before we get started, if you like videos on budgeting, saving money, paying off debt, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and definitely consider hitting that subscribe button to join me on my financial journey. I would love to have you join the family here on YouTube. So I have not done one of these in a while and I'm really looking forward to doing this. The weekly budget check-in definitely helps me to stay on track and it definitely holds me accountable. Last month I did not do any weekly budget check-ins and my budget reflected that. So let's go ahead and get into it. For those of you guys that are new, I do use this weekly budget check-in that I purchased off of Etsy. I'll go ahead and link it in the description box. Everything that I will be using in the video, if I can link it, I will link it in the description box. So go ahead and check the description box if you're interested in anything that I'm using. If you're interested in something that's not in the description box, just leave me a comment and I'll try to link it if I can. So on my weekly budget check-in, the first thing that I do is I go over my spending. So I go over the date, the item, the category, the cost, and whether it was a need or a want. Let's go ahead and go over my spending for February 25th through March 6th. As you can see, I did have quite a bit of expenses. I did need to use 2 sheets, but that is okay. Let's go ahead and get into it. On February 25th, I did go to lunch with some friends. We were off for President's Week, so I was off the whole week. So we went to lunch and I spent $20. That was definitely a want. On February 25th, I did pick up Chick-fil-A for my son and myself. And then he also had, his dad was over and his dad wanted us to pick up something that came out of the food category and that was $32. Because his dad wanted something, it was a little bit higher than we usually spend. That was definitely a want. On February 25th, I did have to get gas. That came out of the gas category and that was $60. That was a need. On February 25th, I did do an online purchase on the Abercrombie website. That came out of the guilt-free category. That was $60 and that was definitely a want. On February 25th, I did go to Hobby Lobby to pick up some scrapbook paper. If you watched my last video, I said that I wanted to make some new envelopes and I did resist the urge. I ended up making envelopes with materials that I had at home. However, after 2 days, I was still wanting the scrapbook paper that I saw at Hobby Lobby to make envelopes, so I did go back and purchase that. That came out of the guilt-free category and that was $11. That was a want. So that's one good tip if you are wanting to buy something. If you hold off 48 hours and you still want that item, then you can go pick it up. Sometimes I find after 2 days I no longer want the item. On February 25th, I did do laundry, so I picked up some quarters. That came out of the household envelope and that was $20 and that was definitely a need. On February 26th, I did go to my son's basketball game. That came out of the miscellaneous category and that was $8. My son is playing competitive travel basketball, so his team does travel and unfortunately we do have to pay to watch the games. So that was $8. That was a need. On February 25th, I did get a facial and I did tip the lady. That came out of self-care and that was $85. That was a want. At my facial on February 25th, I did pick up some serum. That came out of self-care and that was $27 and that was a need. On February 26th, my son's dad did pay me back for the food that I got for him from Chick-fil-A. I put that money back into the food category, and that was $10. On February 27th, I did pick up some more of these pens. I absolutely love this pen. That came out of the miscellaneous category, and a pack of 3 was $8. That was a want. On February 27th, while I was at Walmart, I did pick up some food that came out of the food category, and I spent $24. That was a need. On February 27th, I did go to Aldi's to pick up some groceries that came out of the food category, and I did spend $49. That was a need. On March 1st, I did take my son to BJ's to pick up a Pizookie, which is a dessert that came out of the food category, and that was $5. He had a basketball game. It was playoffs, and they did win their basketball game, so I took him out to celebrate. So I took him to get some dessert from BJ's. That was $5, and that was a want. On March 1st, we did have dinner at In-N-Out. It was a late night. That came out of the food category, and we spent $18, and that was a want. On March 3rd, I did go to Starbucks. I picked up a sandwich and a coffee that came out of the food category, and that was $11, and that was a want. On March 3rd, I did have to get gas. That came out of the gas category. That was $62, and that was a need. Oh my gosh, guys, gas has gone up so much. When I filled up, it was like $5.30 for gas. Today, when I passed by the gas station, it was $6 something. That is outrageous. On March 4th, I did order a pill box off of Amazon so that I can put my pills in to carry in my purse and at work. That came out of the miscellaneous category, and that was $8, and that was a need. On March 4th, I did go to Pizza Port to pick up dinner. That came out of the food category, and that was $48. That was a want. On March 4th, I did pick up a drink, a cocktail, while I was at Pizza Port. That came out of the food category, and that was $8, and that was a want. On March 4th, I did have my house professionally cleaned, and I did tip. That came out of household, and that was $110. That was a want. I definitely can clean my house, but I really do like having my house professionally cleaned once a month. It definitely helps me with staying on top of the cleaning because I am very busy. I used to have my house cleaned twice a month, but because I am on a budget, I did reduce that to only one time a month. On March 4th, I did have some waxing done. That came out of self-care, and that was $26, and that was a need. I definitely needed to get my eyebrows threaded and my lip waxed. So that was $26. So now what we're gonna do is we are going to highlight all of our expenses, and then we are going to do our budget check-in to see how we did. So let's go ahead and start with highlighting all of our food expenses. And food is this teal color. So I'll go ahead and zoom it in. So food, 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 food. I think I got all of the food. Let's make sure. Okay. Now that we have all of our food expenses highlighted, let's go ahead and get my calculator and let's calculate our food. So we had a $20 expense, a $32 expense. You know what, I'm gonna add in the $10, the plus $10 later. So we have a $20 expense plus $32 plus 24 plus 49 plus 5 plus 18 plus 11 plus 48 plus 8. So it says we spent $215 on food. That seems like a lot. Let's go ahead and check that. So we had 11 plus 48 plus 8 plus 20 plus 32 plus 24 plus 49 plus 5 plus 18. I guess I did spend $215 on food. However, I did pay for my son's dad's dinner, and he did pay me back. And that was $10, so let's minus $10. So we spent $205 on food last week. Oh my gosh, that is a lot of money. So for food this month, we did budget $563. This week we spent $205. So let's see how much we have remaining for food for the rest of the month. So if we take our $563 and minus our $205, that means we have $358 left for the month. Now let's go ahead and highlight our transportation. We did get gas, so there's gas and gas. This month for gas, I did budget $240. I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to increase that since gas did go up. So we spent $60 on gas, and then we spent another $62 on gas. So we spent $122 on gas. We did budget $240 for gas for the month. So if we take our $240 and minus $122, that means we are left with $118 for gas. Go ahead and highlight our guilt-free. So we did have 2 purchases in guilt-free. At Abercrombie, I spent $60, and I did spend $11 at Hobby Lobby. So for guilt-free, I did spend $71. For guilt-free this month, I did budget $100. 100 minus 71 equals, so we should have $29 left in guilt-free. For household, it looks like we got the house cleaned, and then I did do some laundry, so we had 2 expenses. Laundry was $20 and my house cleaning was $110. So we did spend I messed up there. The $29 should go here. I'm just gonna cross this out. I do not have whiteout right now. And I'm just gonna put household, we spent $130. So if I take my $150 minus $130, that means I am left with $20 in household. For miscellaneous, we did have 1 expense of $8 for my son's basketball game. We did budget $50 for, oh, and then I also did buy the pill box off of Amazon. So $8 plus $8 is $16. So for miscellaneous, we did budget $50 and we spent $16. So if we take our $50 and minus $16, we are left with $34. And for self-care, we did have a few expenses. I did get a facial, I did buy some skincare, and I did get threaded and waxed. So 85 plus 27 plus 26 equals, I spent $138 in self-care. This month for self-care, I did budget $300. So if we take $300 and minus $138, we are left with $162. So that is a look at my spending for the week of February 25th through March 6th. The next part of my weekly budget check-in is I do like to do a reflection. I think that it is really important to reflect on your spending to make sure that your budget is aligning with your goals. And if your budget's not aligning with your goals, it's a good time to reflect and then make some changes for next week. So, what did I do well? I have to say I did a good job at tracking. I was a little nervous because I did not do a good job tracking last month, but I did start March off right, and I have been tracking all of my expenses, so that's one thing that's going well. What/where can I improve? I can definitely improve in planning ahead. So I'm just gonna put plan ahead. And I'm putting this because I am very busy. My son does play basketball. He has practice 3 days a week and a game on the weekend. Last week he did have 2 games. He has Kung Fu once a week, and then he also has piano lessons. So during the week we are really busy. So it's very important that I plan ahead, because when I don't plan ahead, I tend to have to spend money on eating out. And it looks like I did not highlight my pens. I did spend $8 on pens. Do not know what I was thinking doing my budget without whiteout. My son has been getting into my pens, highlighters, and using my whiteout. So I'm going to have to track that down. I used to have a whole bunch of whiteout, but I guess I'm gonna have to order some more. So for miscellaneous, I had $16. For miscellaneous, it says I had $16, and that is not correct. I had $8 plus $8 plus $8. So miscellaneous was actually $24. So if I take the $50 and minus $24, that means I'm left with $26. Okay, that's good. Next week's goal is to spend less money on food. I cannot believe that I spent $205. It was more than a week, but that still sounds like a lot of money. So I want to spend less on food. Well, that is a look at my weekly budget check-in. I would love to know in the comment section how you did with your budget. What did you do well? What/where can you improve in your budget, and what are your goals for next week? I really love to hear what goals that you guys have, and I love to know how you guys are doing. So now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and make sure that my trackers and my wallet are up to date, and we do have the correct amount in my wallet. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this away. It felt so good to do a weekly budget check-in. I definitely have been missing that. So here is my wallet. I did go back to the Kate Spade. I used this last month and I really did like it. So I decided to use it again this month. I am absolutely loving this little pen for using on my tracker. It's a non-permanent marker, I guess you can say, and I am really liking it. I will try to link that in the description. So I did go ahead and take out my trackers to make it go faster. So it says that we should have $358 left in food. Let's go ahead and check our envelopes to make sure that is correct. 100, 200, 300, 350, 355, 356, 357, 358. So $358 is in our food envelope. I'm gonna go ahead and put the tracker back in my envelope. For gas, it says we should have $118 in our envelope. Let's check. 50, 100, 105, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118. So we do have $118. I just like to check to see that I have the correct amount in my wallet so I can make adjustments to the tracker if I need to. For guilt-free, it says I should have $29. And there is 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So $29 is there. I didn't know how I was gonna like using the trackers that are laminated, and I am absolutely loving it. Sorry guys, I did not check my bills. I know that you guys like when the bills are facing the right way. I hope that they are. It says I have $20 in household, and there is $20 there. So go ahead and put that $20 back in the envelope and the tracker there. Yes, I am liking having the trackers laminated. It definitely makes me feel like I'm being less wasteful, and I really like that. In miscellaneous, we should have $26. There's 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. There's $26 in miscellaneous. And for self-care, it says I should have $162. 100, 150, 151, 152, 153, 154, 155, 156, 157, 158, 159, 160, 161, 162. So $162 is there. I am really, really loving my new envelopes. I did make them. If you would like to get a set of these envelopes, I am doing a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. The details are listed in my last video, so if you are interested in these envelopes, go check out that video and definitely enter the giveaway. I am just loving the envelopes. They're so fun. I try to be intentional when getting the envelopes. So this is food, so it has the eggs and the bacon. I just love this envelope. It just makes me so happy. This is the gas envelope. This is guilt-free, and it says living my best life. I just thought that that went really well with guilt-free. I love to live my best life while on a budget. Who says you can't live your best life while on a budget? This is household, and it has the little typewriter. Miscellaneous says nope, because I really am trying to budget for miscellaneous, but I'm trying to make sure that I'm planning ahead. So the goal is to not dip into miscellaneous. So that's why it says nope. And then for self-care, it does have the lips. So I thought that that was so much fun. And then the next two, it has the patterns from both. It's just the back to the bank and credit card. Well, that concludes today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and definitely consider hitting that subscribe button to join me on my financial journey. I would love to have you guys. Well, I look forward to seeing you in my next video. I hope that you have an amazing day. Bye. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It definitely helps out my channel.